What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF the Network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can donate to the channel, go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. With excuse me, we highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Um, Listen, man. At this point with Stephen A, it's just sucker shit. Um, at this point, Stephen A is just out here making content at this point. And I need our people to understand. At this point, it's not even you shouldn't even get upset at Stephen A anymore. Right? That's where my temperament is at this point. I'm not upset at Stephen A. Right? I think at our core, at what we do know about who he is as a person, because like I said, sometimes people think that you have to know somebody personally. Like you have to be in a presence and you have to know them, you hung around them. Sometimes you really got to be around them to know who they are. Right? Listen. That's not true. If somebody like Stephen A, his whole profession, who he is as a person, how he makes his money, and how he acts to make his money and have his lifestyle and everything around him is because of how he acts, right? We don't have to second guess to be like, oh, we don't know Stephen A. We know nothing about the man. Yeah, we do. The man tells you who he is every single fucking day. This is what we do know about Stephen A. We know Stephen A is a sellout. We know Stephen A. Smith, if he believes it or not, it comes off is that he's anti-black. And what I mean by that is he's much more harder on black folks when we do wrong than white people. Right? Now, we know Stephen A. Smith is not as smart as he think he is. We know that. We know Stephen A. Smith is a hypocrite. We know Stephen A. Smith is a drifter. He drifts wherever the wind blows. That's what he's going to be. He's probably one of the most confused individuals I have ever seen on TV. He's just like, he's all over the place. I'm here this day. I'm here that day. I'm here this day. Oh, I stand for this. And then, no. I stand for this. Right? That's Stephen A. Right now, we also know Stephen A likes to play tough. When we know it's nothing about Stephen A, it's nothing tough about him. It's nothing tough about you, Stephen A. I wish you stop pushing this. I'm this tough guy. You're not a tough guy. I keep telling people, if you have to walk around with security every day, regardless, listen, I understand if you're famous to a certain extent that you have to move with a whole bunch of people. I get that. So you can be protected because you can't protect yourself all the time. I get that when you're famous. I get that. But it's a level of responsibility as well of to calm down the temperament of your inner tough guy, I could say, right? Because I think when you move by yourself, you don't move as aggressive, right? Unless you just a local motherfucker, unless you just you think you tougher than what you are. However, whatever. Real men do not move like Stephen A moves, right? Stephen A talks tough, try to move tough, and shit like that, knowing you around people that's going to protect you. You are in protected spaces a lot of the times. So you get to act I guess your personality, who you are, really comes out, which is it comes off as corny and it's a suck ass dude. But because real motherfuckers like me can see through it, so it's nothing tough about you. But like I said, I move around by myself a lot, so I don't move around on no tough guy shit, right? I move like a gentleman. I move with respect of people, right? I don't fear people, but I'm not overly tough. Like it's like I'm not moving around. You know how motherfuckers be bopping and motherfuckers trying to move like they tough. Like I ain't got no reason to do all that. My respect level for people is enough for me. I don't need to be trying to act tough. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker think I'm tough or not. Right? The reason I'm pointing all this out is because Jason Whitlock, the other sellout, decided to go off on a rant about Stephen A. for whatever fucking reason he does it. Because this is what these trolls and these coon ass niggas do, right? And Stephen A., I would think that you on a certain level, it's like you're actually stooping down at this point, right? But I'm gonna tell you the real reason. Stephen ain't gonna lie or why he's responding to Jason Whitlock attacking him, right? It's all a lie. But I'm gonna tell you the real reason why he's even stooping down to this level, because it's actually for Stephen A. It's actually stooping down at this point. Jason Whitlock is irrelevant at this point. He just is, especially in the sports world. Maybe Stephen A. Smith might be even more up over him, even in politics. It's a lot more of those right wingers like Stephen A. than they like Jason Whitlock. I'm just being honest about it. So Stephen A. is actually lowering himself down to a level that he really don't even need to be talking about or to Jason Whitlock. It's I don't know why he's talking to Jason Whitlock or even responding to Jason Whitlock. What I mean, like I don't know why he's even doing that. But anyway, let's get into this, people. Shout out to my brother Bell in the building. Shout out to my brother Game in the building. What's going on, y'all? But let's get into it, people.
Homework on Stephen A. He's fraudulent. He's lying about his college basketball career. He's admitted he's lying about his college basketball career. If I sat in the media space for 20 years telling everybody I played for Big House Games and I got a full ride scholarship after knocking down 17 straight three-pointers in a scrimmage on a Sunday when they played a game on Saturday and they hosted a scrimmage on Sunday and I knocked down 17 straight three-pointers and they gave me a scholarship on the spot. Anybody familiar with HBCUs? Anybody familiar with Winston-Salem State and how little money Winston-Salem State has and had back then? They're not giving out scholarships on the spot to anybody. It's all a lie. Welcome to the latest.
Let me just respond to Jason Whitlock. Now, he was on the Cam Newton show. I don't know if Cam Newton is on First Take anymore. I think they got rid of him for some type of scandal. I don't know. I try not to pay these corny ass dudes any mind. Cam Newton is another corny ass dude, right? So I try not to pay attention to these dudes like that. Like they're not like in my algorithm of shit that pops up that for me to see, right? Like I don't really pay these dudes no mind. I'm not subscribed to them. I don't watch these dudes. Maybe people that I do follow or whatever on YouTube or whatever, they talk about it and then I go back and I do a little bit more research or something like that and be like, damn, is that true? Or, what the fuck just happened? Like, you get what I mean? I do shit like that, but I don't look for these dudes, right? Because if you ever notice, I haven't talked about Jason Tatum and Brandon Tatum in a minute or Candace Owens. It's like, they They karma is here, right? They irrelevant people outside of the right-wing bubble, right? Nobody really gives a damn about these people. But anyway, let me say this to Jason Whitlock. Does it matter? He did go to Wisdom State. He did go there. He was on the basketball team. He did get a scholarship. What do it fucking matter about the details? Even if Stephen A. Smith over-exaggerated the situation, right? What do it matter? He still went there. He still had a scholarship to go there. He didn't go there off of academics. I mean, he had to have some type of academics, but score, as far as his score, his schoolwork, you know what I mean? He had to have a high, decent score, but he got a scholarship. We know that for a fact. However, he got it, but we know he got it through sports. Now, how he said he might have got it or whatever, that's something different. And who really fucking gives a fuck? Now, people, what Jason Whitlock fails to tell everybody is that, because in that interview as well with Cam Newton, he tried to say how dumb Stephen A. is. Like how he's not that intelligent. Listen, I'm not saying Stephen A. is not intelligent. I just think he's misinformed and shit that it comes off that he's not as intelligent. Right? Because he doesn't know he don't know what the fuck he be talking about, especially when it comes to politics. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And I just really mean that. Like, people can have ideology, different ideology. That doesn't mean that they are educated in politics. That doesn't mean that. Or you have certain beliefs. That don't mean shit. So I don't think Stephen A. Smith is stupid or ignorant or some shit like that. I think Stephen A. Smith is very bright. I know he don't know what the fuck he talking about when it comes to politics. I know that. I know that for a fact. He proves it every time he opens his mouth up when he talks about it, and he proves it every time he sits down with people that are somewhat educated in politics or educated in politics very, very, very high. They have very high intelligence when it comes to politics. And there's some people, I'm like in the middle of that, and it's people that's a little lower than that I consider they know about politics, but they choose to be biased when it comes to politics, right? Over party. So whatever that party says, they just gonna ride with it. So it lowers their IQ. It's not that they don't know what I know, it's that they're intentionally lowering their IQ. It's like, prime example. If I'm hanging around a whole bunch of street niggas, but I'm over here, I work at 9 to 5, I got a pension, I got all this shit going on for me, but I still decide that I'm going to be going out hanging on corners with niggas that's selling dope. How stupid is that? Ain't that me lowering my IQ, knowing I know better not to be out there doing that, and I have no reason to be out there? Not saying the niggas is stupid. It's just that, nigga, we're not in the same space. And my IQ is very higher because I know what you niggas is doing is wrong. Even when I sold drugs and I was out in the streets, I knew the shit was wrong, but did I care? Right? Because I was being biased. Because the simple fact, it was my life. I felt that's what I had to do. That's how I look at some of these people that talk about politics. They do the same exact shit as a street dude. You know the shit is wrong, but you be biased because at the time it's fitting your narrative. And you're making money off of it. It's the same thing as the streets, people. That's my whole point. So it's not like they don't know no better. or they don't know what I know, is that they are choosing to lower their moral compass to do fuck shit because it's easy money, and money means more to them than me. Yeah, money matters, but it doesn't. It's no shit I will lower my standards for. That's what I mean, or ignore what's right and what's wrong. To be loyal to something that I know is wrong, just to make the money, right? That's all that is. But getting back to my point. So I don't believe that Stephen A. Smith is stupid. I believe Stephen A. Smith is not as highly intelligent. Put it this way, he's not number one, he's not qualified to speak about politics because he's ignorant to how politics really is. He doesn't have enough information. Right? This is not what he does. He doesn't do politics. His shit is sports. His shit is entertainment. He's an entertainer at the end of the day. He's not even like a real sports journalist anymore. He's just like an entertainer. He's just here to entertain us. It was something that Michelle Obama said. Watching Stephen A. Smith is like watching a reality TV show. You know this shit is scripted. You know he's doing it for entertainment effects. Right? So that's all a reality TV is. You know it's just scripted. So, but like I said, Stephen A. Smith is not dumb. And what I mean by that is how Jason Whitlock tried to make it seem like Stephen A. Smith is this uneducated dude. Listen, dude, he got hurt. He didn't play any more basketball after he fucked his knee up. So he went to school for journalism. So he had to they still kept him because he was getting good grades. Nobody ever talked about Stephen A. Smith got bad grades in college. But Jason Whitlock is trying to pretend that this man is fucking, he's an idiot. Like he's dumb. But anyway, let's move on. And listen, people, I'm not here to defend Jason Whitlock or Stephen A. Smith. I despise both of these niggas. I think both of them are embarrassments to our people. They are a danger to our community. But fair is fair. That's why I know I ain't nothing like these niggas. I ain't nowhere close to like these niggas. These niggas are horrible people. They are a joke. But they're dangerous. But let's move on. Especially when it comes to our people.
Straight shooter with yours truly. In case you didn't know, that wasn't Norbit. That was Jason Whitlock. You know the difference. You know who Norbit is, right? Even though they look alike, that wasn't him. That was Jason Whitlock. You know, it's so interesting. Interesting.
And then you know how corny he is. It wasn't even, listen, he made the joke, right? But what makes the joke even not funny or how corny he is his laugh. Anyway, I just want to put that out. This is why this dude is a sucker ass nigga. Any corny, yo. Like, goddamn, Stephen A., you so goddamn corny, bro.
A lot of times, you know, a lot of people looking at me and say, Stephen A., you said you wasn't going to clap back. You wasn't going to say anything. You said when you went off on Jason Whitlock, over a year ago that you wasn't going to say much about it. But here you are, Stephen A., again. I will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that I have been being attacked by this man for over a decade. And the 2 times that I have spoken about him are the only 2 times that anybody has ever heard me say anything But it does get to a point where you feel compelled to speak up, because as I watched this interview with Cam Newton on Cam Newton's show, 4th and 1, what y'all are missing, whether it's Emmanuel Acho or it's Marcellus Wiley or others who I will get to in just a second, certainly Cam Newton, what you're missing is that a lot of people are looking at it and acting like this is about the business. Now, this is personal. It's personal. Now, I'm not as personal as other people would be. Because let me assure you, and if you know anything about Jason Whitlock's background, you would understand. There's a reason you see his fat ass sitting in some cubicle somewhere, scared to come out in public. Because he knows cats waiting for him. But he ain't.
Stop. See, there we go with the fake tough guy shit. Stephen A., you ain't outside like that. You're not outside. And then when you do go outside, you're really not outside. You are in the comforts of being protected, nigga. Stop. Like this notion that these dudes do this shit. This internet got y'all niggas fucked up. You are not outside, Stephen A. Listen, nigga, you anywhere you go, you are protected. You are not walking around in real neighborhoods talking to real people. And if you do go, you're gonna have crazy protection because you know better. You have to go to a safe place when you are amongst the people. Stop. You or Jason Whitlock is not outside. And let me just say this. Stephen A., you are at the top of the game. Sports shit. Nobody's denying that. Now you, listen, the crazy shit about Stephen A., he's the face. He doesn't make more money than them white boys, though. You think he making more money than them niggas over at CBS? A couple of them niggas at ESPN? He's not making more money than them. He's not. I told you, fucking, what's your name? Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee makes the same much money as Stephen A. Smith makes a year. And Pat McAfee doesn't run around. He's not the face of ESPN. He's not running around, or in sports entertainment. He's in sports. He's not running around doing 50 to 60 fucking shows every week on different shows. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. Stephen A. Smith has to work twice as hard of this white boy in his profession. Because this is not Pat McAfee's profession. He was a football player. And you got to work twice as hard to make, an extra $25 million? From a company that you put in work for over damn near 20 years? Really? Nah, bro. Nah. My point is this, people. Stephen A. is at the top. He's the face. He's not the top guy. He's not. He's just the face of that shit. He's not the top guy. The top guy is the motherfucker that makes the most money. And just because, even though Stephen A. Smith probably makes an extra $25 million more than Pat McAfee or some shit like that, or some of them other broadcaster people, because he's making a little extra money, they taking advantage of this nigga. So tell me what's smarter. I work harder, twice as hard as everybody else, but I get an extra $25 million. But I get close to I still get $100 million, and I don't have to work as twice as hard as Stephen A. Who's really winning? Who's really winning? The motherfucker that ain't working twice as hard. That's still making $100 million. And listen, and from what I hear, Stephen A. Smith might not even have the number one show after this year. First Take might not even be the number one show. Pat McAfee looked like he might be getting ready to take over that spot after this year. He only comes on, what, an album before Stephen A.? He get ready to take that spot. Now, my point at the end of the day is, Stephen A., you're not outside, bro. You're not outside. You ain't no different than Jason Whitlock. Y'all are in safe spaces when you claim you're outside. You in safe spaces. You're not down with the people like you think, bro. I keep telling people this even about myself. I don't hang around niggas like that. Or just people like that. I don't. But when I move by myself. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I don't need a whole bunch of motherfuckers with me. Like I said, it's a purpose of if I go somewhere, it's a purpose for where I go. I just don't randomly just go places because I want to really go. Right? Like, if I really want to go there, I go, but it's a purpose of when I go places. I don't, you know what I mean? I think the times that we are in now, a lot of people in this country are bad people. I honestly, and morally bankrupt. A lot of people. It's not some, it's a lot of people. Morally bankrupt and fucked up people. And I don't want to be around people like that. I try to stay away from people. Not because I'm afraid or no shit like that. It's because I'm afraid of what I'm going to do. I'm not afraid of what you're going to do. Because I know me. And I ain't no tough guy shit. I just know who the fuck I am as a person, as a man. Hey, man. A lot of shit I see with people going through, I be like, man, that couldn't be me, man. Couldn't be me. And then I always look at it. I try not to put myself in those situations. So, my point is, people, he ain't outside like that. Stephen A. Smith out here bullshitting. Oh, they out here waiting on you. Nigga, like you outside. You not outside like that. And even when you do go outside, you're in a safe space. Stop it, bro. Let's move on.
Ain't worth it to me. He ain't worth it. Now you would say, well, then why are you addressing him?
Right.
Here's why.
What's his reason? Look, listen.
Because of what he has systematically tried to do to black people in this industry.
So what? So what? First of all, you already addressed what he did in that system. Of what he did. Everybody know what Jason Whitlock did. Why you gotta address that again? You already addressed it already when you first talked about him. So now you're just going to repeat and maybe use different languages. I mean, not different languages, but use different words to say the same exact shit that you said when you went at him before. So now it's what he did to black people in the industry. Listen, I don't give a fuck what he did in that industry to black people. I understand that his voice and the people that he side with is more dangerous of what the fuck he did in the system or what y'all in. To our people. So listen, Stephen A, I get it because you live in the bubble. So you, like I said, he's not outside, people. He's talking about what he did in the industry. We ain't in the industry. I know how dangerous Jason Whitlock is. Outside of that fucking industry, that bullshit ass industry. I know who he sides with. That makes it dangerous for regular people like me. Regular black folks like me. So I don't give a fuck about that. And this is what makes Stephen A. Smith a sucker. That's why he gonna say, well, why you bring it up? Because people already asked you why you gonna even talk about it. That's why when people say shit like that, it's because people already asked them that. Anybody, like, even if I say it, I'll be like, and people gonna say, yo, Kenny, this, it's because people already said it to me, and I just gonna tell them what I'm gonna say, what I told the motherfuckers that asked me it. It's not like you thinking ahead of the curve of what somebody's gonna say. That's not what that is. We ain't no fucking psychics. We ain't that goddamn intelligent. I don't give a fuck who you are or how intelligent you are. You don't listen, man. This nigga is so much of a suck ass nigga. Nigga, you want to talk? Listen, like I said, the reason he want to talk about Jason Whitlock is to get views. And he's probably watching comments and he's probably getting phone calls from corny ass other people saying, hey, you going to address, hey, Stephen A., you going to address Jason Whitlock? Shit, listen, I get, and it's no disrespect to the people that subscribe to the channel. They send me shit, be like, Kenny, you going to talk about this shit? I get that all the time. A lot of times I don't talk about the shit. I don't even respond sometimes. And a lot of times it's too unready. Just because somebody send me something, be like, Kenny, you gonna talk about man. Some shit I feel like it ain't no reason for me to talk about. It's not because I'm above it. It's just sometimes it's just not worth it. I believe it's much more important things to be talking about than some of the stuff people send me. That's it. But Stephen A., don't lie and be like, oh, you talking about this because what he did systematically in the space, in the occupation that y'all do of what he did to black people. Don't use us like that. Nigga, you're talking about Jason Whitlock because you looking for views. And you feel hurt about him questioning that you are intelligent. That's it. That's all that is. Because he questioned if you he basically said you weren't smart. He basically was trying to say, at the end of the day, you really was a DEI hire. in a racist white people definition of DEI. He basically said you was a DEI hire but Jason Whitlock's smart enough, but I'll catch his bullshit. He basically saying you basically was a DEI hire of getting into an all-black college. That's basically what he's saying. Which don't make no damn sense. But anyway, let's move on.
It's personal on a whole multitude of levels. And I'll get to all of that in a second. I want to address...
Please, I want you to get to that because I keep telling y'all, this is not about what he just said, about what he did in the industry to black people. He uses us for a crutch to justify why he is belittling himself to talk about a dude that is irrelevant. when it comes to Stephen A. If I'm Stephen A, I wouldn't say shit. Like, honestly, I already said what I had to say, nigga. You got to keep talking about me. I don't say shit about you. If a motherfucker got to continue to say something about you in the way that Jason Whitlock does, then that's the problem. He's the problem. He's the issue. It's not you. So why do I got to keep explaining myself a while how much you a fuck nigga? I'm not going back and forth with you. I'll let the people decide. Anytime these niggas talk about each other, it's all because of jealousy, envy, and hate. And clicks and views. That's all that's about. It's nothing he talking about, oh, it's personal. It's not personal, nigga. Ain't nothing personal about what you're doing. It's nothing personal about what Jason Whitlock is doing. You niggas are frauds. Shout out to my brother Pooch. But listen, Pooch, listen, that should go both ways, though. I believe Stephen A. Smith is obsessed with Jason Whitlock because I'm figuring out why is he even replying to this shit. And then he's trying to lie and say it's because of what he did in the industry for to black people. Jason Whitlock is not even in the same space as you anymore. He has no power in that space. This nigga done ran over to the racists. He's not, what the fuck do it matter what he did? He's out of it. He don't have no say. You already explained why what he has did in the industry when it came to black journalists. We already know that. And we know Stephen A. ain't lying about it because other black journalists has said this shit about Jason Whitlock. So we know that's true. But you the guy. Why do Stephen A. got to talk about it? Because he's lying. This is what bothers. This is the only reason I'm even talking about it is because Stephen A. Smith is lying about the reason why he has to address this. He does not have to address this. You at the top of motherfuckers say Stephen A. is the guy. Motherfuckers that like him or dislike him. We all say Stephen A. Smith that dude. Regardless if you like him or not. What the fuck else do this goofy ass nigga need? But I told you, this nigga's selfish, man. Listen, man. Let's move on. Shout out to my brother Pooch again. Yeah, he shouldn't have nothing to say, but like I said, Pooch, Stephen A. Smith is a sucker ass nigga. And he's a liar. This is the only reason I'm even addressing it because I don't want him to. I'm tired of this nigga lying. I'm tired of him lying about why he does shit. This shit is obvious of why you're doing it. That's the only reason I'm even addressing this shit. But let's move on. At least I'm honest about it. This nigga lying, talking about because of what he did. Nigga, we already know all that. You doing, tell the real reason why you doing it, nigga. Clicks and views, nigga. And you're a little insecure ass dude, man. Fuck out of here. You're a grown ass man, 56 years old. You talking about a dude that's irrelevant in your space. You are the top guy, but you talking about a dude that ain't shit. Really in y'all space. He's nothing. He's not even in that space anymore. Only people, how many people, I'm telling you. No, let's move on. Everybody knows in the black community, real black people know that Jason Whitlock is a cancer. He's a joke. Black people is not subscribed to Jason Whitlock little ass show. Nobody really fucks with Jason Whitlock but a bunch of coon niggas. But his main audience is white supremacists. Racist motherfucking white folks. Come on, man. He's worked for a racist a racist streaming service. Let's move on, man.
First and foremost, how pathetic and sick he looks. I mean, it's a real big time problem when it comes to him. It's hard to even put into words. Do you see his face when he's talking about me? You see his eyebrows looking like horns? You see how demonic he looks? I bring that up because he always claims to be doing God's work. Does that look like somebody doing God's work? I haven't even gotten into the details of what he's doing to show you that it's antithetical to anything that he swears he is doing. Because when it comes
You know what bothers me about Stephen A, and honestly, people, is that he's trying to pretend that he's so much better than Jason Whitlock. You're not. You just do it in a different way. You don't do God's work either, nigga. You don't represent the black community like you're supposed to. Stop, bro. Like, yo, the hypocrisy of this nigga, it bothers me. Just being real with y'all. But let's move on.
being a pathological liar, no one is worse than him to himself, more so than the other people and the rest of us. It's to himself. But just for entertainment purposes, let me go back to what he was saying about my basketball career.
See, and that's what I said. It's not. This ain't personal. Well, it might be personal for him, but when he lies about and which he tells on himself, yeah, that's entertainment for entertainment. Like, nigga, if it's personal, just say it's personal. Listen, people, I'm not. If I decide to talk about Stephen A. Smith, it's not for entertainment, nigga, or it's not for clicks and likes. I'm not saying, hey, I don't want nobody to like it or subscribe to it. I'm not saying that. But, nigga, I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm talking about this, nigga. It's personal. I'm doing this shit. I'm addressing Stephen A. for his lies. It's personal. I'm sick of this nigga lying. I'm sick of him lying to black people that do actually think this dude is a good dude. Like he's this stand-up guy. He's not. He's a fucking liar, just like Jason Whitlock. And he lies right in front of everybody's face because they don't, for some weird reason, some black people don't catch this shit, or they ignore it, or they got so much bias that they don't want to recognize that this nigga's lying. I thought this shit was personal. Why are you doing it for entertainment? Anyway, let's move on, man. Listen, I can't make this shit up, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, how many times have I said I tried? Somebody said, they say, he played in Winston-Salem. I said, I tried to. I grew up poor. I can assure you, my parents couldn't afford to pay for my college education. How did I graduate from Winston-Salem State? How did I go there without having to pay a dime? How'd that happen? It happened.
Stephen A., real motherfucker, I don't like you, but I did a background check of your shit. Why you have to feel like you have to explain that? Like, honestly, who the fuck around you is saying, hey, I think you need to address this? When you even just came out of your mouth just a few seconds ago, saying Jason Whitlock is a liar. We know that. Let's move on, man.
At a basketball scholarship. How did I get the basketball scholarship? Oh, I showed up for a workout. Well, you ever heard of the name Harold Funny Kit? Harold Funny Kit is a person that played at Winston-Salem State in the 70s, who remained close to the program, who drove me down from Queens, New York to Winston-Salem, North Carolina for a workout in the middle of the season because Clarence Big House Gaines, he called Clarence Big House Gaines and said, I got some talent for you. I want you to see this guy. Clarence Big House Gaines saw me, sat up there, put me out on the court with cats like Charlie Spell and others and said, get on the court and show me what you got. And I kept passing the ball. He called the timeout. He said, wait a minute. Ain't you supposed to know how to shoot the ball? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, then goddamn it, shoot the ball. And I went out there and I hit 17 straight 3-pointers. I repeatedly stated I never did it before and I never pulled it off since. That one day God was watching. How can somebody who proclaims to be doing God's work have a problem with somebody highlighting how a moment in their life involved divine intervention because they were able to do something they never did and they locked up?
Stephen A., the problem with it is because you're giving this dude way too much credit. That's the problem. Listen, people, you would think that I'll be getting out on Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is a piece of shit. Everybody knows that. Right? The problem is you, Stephen A. You're the one sitting here have to explain yourself on some sucker ass shit about a dude that we all know is a piece of shit and a liar. What are you explaining? Matter of fact, I'm sorry, Stephen. I already heard all this shit before. What are you explaining, bro? Listen, Pooch, I've been saying this. The problem is that Stephen A. Smith, once again, I'm going to say it again. He's lying about why he's even giving him this attention. This nigga is doing it for clicks and views. You say anything, if anybody that got somewhat of a name, because you know anybody can say some shit, go viral, right? But if they somebody, right? Because as much as Jason Whitlock to me, or maybe to a lot of other people, he ain't really shit. But in that space, he is somebody. Right? That bothers Stephen A. You listen, this could have been anybody. And like he's getting ready to address Marcellus Wiley. Marcellus Wiley ain't shit. I ain't trying to knock that the man ain't got no podcast, ain't got no channel. I'm not saying that. They doing better than me. I'm not hating on that. But I'm saying, relevant wise, nobody gives a fuck about Marcellus Wiley. He does the same shit Jason Whitlock does. Archo, whatever the fuck his name is, that little corny ass dude. Like, come on, bro. All these niggas just on TV last year. And they all in the space of where we all at. If you do YouTube and do podcasts. And a lot of these niggas is buying subscribers. So that's all I'm saying. Stephen A. Smith is doing this. The one thing that I know about Stephen A., right, is that Stephen A. Smith doesn't do shit for no apparent reason. He does it for a reason. But the reason a lot of times that he says he does stuff, the first time he does stuff, is a lie. The real reason comes in when he's explaining, when he's talking about shit. You got to catch that. He can tell you this in the beginning, but if you listen to him long enough, he'll tell you the real reason why he's doing it. That's my whole reason of even talking about this shit. Because when I first heard him say that shit, I say, this nigga lying. Because at the end of the day, you look at it, Come on, see, what the fuck you got to address? You already talked about this already. And he never gets to the point. And the reason he doesn't get to the point is because of the simple fact in between, when he first says what he says, the reason why he did some shit, which is the lie, in between that, him explaining himself or trying to justify some shit or go back and try to discredit what somebody said about him, he's actually really telling you the real truth of why he's doing it. Not what he said in the beginning. Or he may say at the end. But let's move on.
Jason Whitlock's that guy. Because you see, if you listen to him long enough, he's the only one that has this unfeathered connection with God. It's God that touched him. It's God that has disciplined him. It's God that has come down upon him and touched him on the shoulder and blessed him with the knowledge, the know-how, the conscience, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help him, God.
Style or substance. Or here's another choice.
Goddamn commercial, people, my
Don't
bad.
stop until you
man.
have everything in the GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. We are professional grade.
Help him, God, while he excoriates everybody that he can.
Well, Stephen A., the bad part about what you just said, well, I'm sorry, the hypocrisy of it, that you're saying about Jason Whitlock, you do the same. You do the same. When you first went at Jason Whitlock the first time, you brung up your pastor, your religion, and all that shit before you went off on the dude. You do the same shit. What's the difference? That's why I said both of these dudes are fucking scumbags. They both suck ass niggas. They both do the same shit. Listen, remember when I told y'all that I usually don't get along with people that's like me? It's for a reason. And this is a prime example of it. When two motherfuckers are the same type of people, they like the same shit, they kind of do the same shit in a way. They are like more than they're opposite. They wind up bumping heads. That's usually what happens. So when people be like, oh, nah, oh, I want somebody like me, like even if you have a spouse or you have homeboys and shit, right? Yeah, y'all have to have some shit in common, but I wouldn't want these niggas exactly like me. I want them a little bit more opposite of me. Because, like, nigga, I don't want to be thinking the way I think all the time. Because then you fall into, like, this a gang mentality. Because that's what happens in gangs. Niggas, even if you get reprogrammed that way, everybody is thinking the same way. So whatever the person say, nah, I don't really think that, they can't do it. They can't speak up and say anything what's wrong with a situation because everybody has to think the same. That's a gang. And I come from the streets. I come from being around niggas. I know. That's why a lot of them niggas, we ain't as close as no more. Because I never thought like these niggas. But I had to get in line and you had to ride with shit that you ain't had no business should be riding with. You. I should have spoke up more. I ain't have the balls to. I admit that when niggas don't admit shit and lie and pretend, no, I didn't agree with a lot of the shit that my niggas did. And still to this day, we don't agree on shit. A lot of shit. We agree on some shit, so I have conversations with certain niggas, but we can't hang really. Because we're not on the same level of shit. We never was. We never thought the same. And I always tell people, I don't like to be around people that don't think like me. I mean, the people that think that we think a lot, we think the same, we too much alike. Put it this way, me and my niggas, we was the same, but when I was even different from what they thought, I was being unloyal. I had this conversation with my man. we actually think alike. We actually kind of the same motherfuckers in a way, right? But we are not opposites in that way. We're not real opposites, but we too much alike. But even just a little disagreement of the opposite that we have, we clash. And that fucks our relationship up. We can't be cool. We can't be in the same spaces. Can't hang around each other like that. But I notice when I'm in spaces of people that's different from me, I can be friends with them. Because I do not like people that's like me. I don't want to have that much in common with you like that. Listen, especially when you get older. When you get older, you mature and you're your own person. Because I had a long period of time of not being around a lot of my friends or people I hung around with to find out who I really am as a person, right? My moral levels is not the same as these niggas. And that means a lot to me as a person, as a human being. So they do shit, they would allow shit or do shit, allow certain people to be around them that I wouldn't do. And I don't want around me. So if I know that these niggas are doing that, then it's already a turn off for me. Even though if me and this motherfucker hang, we get together, we hang, oh, we the same. We do the same exact shit. We like the same shit. Listen, if I hit up any of my niggas, it's like we never say I ain't talked to them in years, 5-6 years. I'm so much like these niggas that we got so much in common that put aside what we different from now, right? Or how I am. But the other part of me that's alike like me, we got more alike than we have shit that we're not alike. So it could be 5 years, we'll pick up right where we left off. Because we so much alike. But is that a good thing? It's not a good thing. That's all I'm saying. It's not a good thing, people. It's not a good thing. Listen, I can't speak for everybody else, but I speak for me. That's not a good thing for me. Because that makes me fall right back into the bullshit that I used to do. Or be hanging around the same motherfucking bullshit motherfuckers that I've tried to stay away from for years. So, no. I don't like that fucking type of energy anymore. Nigga, I live a calm spiritual life. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't, listen, and the shit that people care about, I don't care about. I noticed that about me when I was getting my shit together and figuring out who I was. I come to find out I really don't give a fuck about what people care about. A lot of people care about. I don't. Motherfuckers might give a fuck about that. I really don't. People that make certain shit a big deal, it's not a big deal to me. And it's not because it doesn't affect me. It's just because a lot of times if you really dig deep down into shit, right? It's like, really? Why would we care about that? Why you even care about that? It will really affect you like that. Or is you in that situation because you're allowing it to make you, to affect you that way? You get what I mean? Sometimes people put themselves in situations where this shit is, you probably wouldn't care about it, but you putting yourself in certain situations, now you have to care about it. No, I don't really give a fuck about shit. So I don't put myself in certain situations. I don't really give a fuck about certain shit, man. But anyway, let's move on.
And I've sat here on numerous occasions, totally disgusted with the vile, despicable, disgusting human being that he is, who has lied about me, who has denigrated me, who even went as far as to call my pastor to try to interview my pastor about me. A pastor is a spiritual individual with a connection.
So what? So, Stephen A., you are in the internet space, nigga. You are famous. So what? So what? Who the fuck cares? And the bad part about it is that, are we shocked? Let's just say, listen, I don't know this for a fact, but listen, let me say this. I believe, Stephen A., that Jason Whitlock would do some shit like that. I would believe he would do that. I would side with Stephen A. on this. I'd be like, yeah, I believe that, Stephen A., that Jason Whitlock would do some shit like that. But my point is to Stephen A., that's when you know that this is somebody that you don't give life to. And what I mean by that, a response to. He's going to cross lines like that. That's what he do. Listen, if this nigga start disrespecting your kids or somebody in your family, I get that. All I hear is a personal attacks of you. But in this space of this internet and the times that we are in, nigga, that's all motherfuckers do is personally attack you. That's why I say Stephen A. a sucker ass nigga. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Did the nigga say something about your mama, your daddy, or your sisters, or your nephew, or your kids? No. He went at with your pastor. So? Try to get your pastor. So what? So what? And if I was the pastor, I'd have went and I'd have had an interview with Jason Whitlock. And I'm the pastor, I'd have smoked Holly. No, everything you saying about Stephen A. is wrong. God-fearing man, great dude, great man, great for the community. If I'm the pastor, yeah, put him on the phone. And I would tell him as a pastor, I say, brother, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm praying for you. But you should be ashamed of yourself trying to tear down another black man. Another person in this way. Come on, brother. Like, but see, anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. That's a whole nother discussion. Let's move on.
To individuals from his congregation, similar to what a priest is in the Catholic community.
So what?
Which means that the communication that happens with one another is between one another. Everybody knows that.
So
that
what?
man says he's a man, he's doing God's work.
So what?
But he don't know that.
Listen, Stephen A., you're saying some shit that people already know about Jason Whitlock. He's a fake Christian. We all know that. Now you bringing out personal details of what he did by, okay, cool. But it's not like you didn't know that. Nobody else knows that. Stephen A., you know the crazy part about this is all this shit you saying about Jason Whitlock, you have done the same exact shit, but just in a different way. You literally sided with white supremacy over a brother of Colin Kaepernick. And I'm going to keep bringing it up because, nigga, this is the real reason why I despise you. As a person, as an individual, I don't give a fuck about your religion. I don't really care if you're religious or not. You a horrible person of what you did to Colin Kaepernick. You don't get a pass for that, bro. I don't give a fuck what Jason Whitlock did to you. I genuinely, literally don't. But you are no better than Jason Whitlock. You literally helped in the career of Colin Kaepernick, a brother that was trying to help out people. And let's just say you disagree with what he was doing, taking the knee, how he was handling shit. No, the real reason that you was mad at Colin Kaepernick, because he wouldn't give you an interview, he wouldn't sit down with you, he wouldn't even talk to you. That's what you was upset about. And you did that to Colin Kaepernick and a whole movement of that. And you know what, Stephen A. Smith? What you don't do on your show? You talk about politics. You know what's in politics? Unarmed black people getting abused and gunned down by cops. It's still happening. I never hear you talk about it. Because you don't research, you don't pay attention, you don't give a fuck about the black community. How are you better than Jason Whitlock? Tell me that, nigga. Tell me that. See, this ain't about Jason Whitlock. This is about you. That's why the title has Stephen A. is a sucker. Because you are. It's personal. With Jason Whitlock. The problem is, it's personal because you see yourself, excuse me, when you watch Jason Whitlock says the shit that he says about you, right? And it offends you, right? That's how we feel about you. A lot of black folks. That's how we feel. Do you care about that? We take a lot of shit that you have been doing to go at the black people for whatever reason, because you may be anti-black, you hate being black, or, you know, you're sucking up the white supremacy, whatever the fuck your reason is, really don't give a fuck. But we offended, and you know what you do? You brush it off, is that we're hating on you. Or somehow we're misquoting you, or we're not understanding what you're saying. No, nigga. The same behavior you do, you continue to do. You don't change. You don't say anything different. You don't do anything different. You come and criticize everybody else in the black community for calling you out for some shit that you do. But like I said, are you that much better than Jason Whitlock because of what you did to Colin Kaepernick? Because you and Jason Whitlock did the same exact shit. You might have did it in a little of a different way than Jason Whitlock did. Actually, Jason Whitlock was actually being more realer than you. Because at least he was saying he ain't black. Told Colin Kaepernick he ain't black. He don't know black people. He got white adopted parents. What the fuck did that mean? You didn't hear his white parents come out and say we disagree with him? His adopted white parents, did they? They stuck behind him. But Jason Whitlock did that. So Jason Whitlock was actually being his real hateful, sellout, coon house nigga himself. He was being himself. But you did some sneaky coon shit. Trying to pretend, oh, I'm down with the cause, but then you wasn't. You did the same shit that Jason Whitlock did. When you see Jason Whitlock, what makes you upset and take the shit so personal is because when you see Jason Whitlock saying or hearing what he says about you, the shit that you don't like about Jason Whitlock is what you hate about yourself, nigga. That's all that is. It's like a mirror. Like you niggas put mirrors, like you look at each other, it's like a mirror. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror. Listen, my brother Boo said he's giving this dude too much attention, talking about Stephen A. The reason he's doing that, Pooch, is because of the simple fact that he sees himself in Jason Whitlock. They're the same people. They just do hateful shit and disgusting coonery shit, just a little different. That's all. That's all.
Of course he knows that. He doesn't care. He doesn't care, ladies and gentlemen.
And neither do you. Neither do you. Neither do you, man. How many times black women has came out and told you, hey, man, your shit is coming off as you hate black women. You try to mansplain to women how that shit comes off to black women. And try to, and your game is you always try to big them up and then still turn them down. Instead of you just apologize, hey, maybe I was wrong. No, you don't do that. The problem with Stephen A. Smith, he believes that he's that dude. And so when he talks about shit about our people, when we criticize him, he like, who the fuck are y'all to talk about me? I'm the guy. Like, dude, we don't give a fuck about that. Ain't nobody saying you can't have an opinion, but if we check you on your opinion and tell you that whatever your opinion is, you're being misinformed, or you misinformed about your opinion, you get upset about that. Because you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to politics. We have keep telling your ass over and over again, your goofy ass. But do you listen? No, you continue to keep talking out your ass. But let's move on.
Because he never has. Have you seen the things religiously associated with Jason Whitlock? He's on Blaze Media. Maybe I should. Because I do know a few. Isn't Glenn Beck running Blaze Media? Maybe I should give him a call and remind him of the things that Jason Whitlock has done. Maybe I...
Stephen A. That's what I mean. Sucker ass nigga shit. Stephen A. Listen, you sucker ass nigga. You don't think that Glenn Beck knows who Jason Whitlock is and what he has done? You really think that, nigga? That's why he's there. Huh, nigga? You don't think that they know about... No. Stephen A., you calling them to tell them what? To tell them what? You are two token Negroes that's cool with a racist. Glenn Beck is a racist. So you call, I know Glenn Beck. I can call Glenn Beck. He knows Glenn Beck too. That's why he has a show. He's over there. Let me get this straight. You think that you can call Glenn Beck, because you know Glenn Beck, he's your friend, a racist, that's been a racist for a long period of time, that's been blatantly racist, and you're going to call on another house nigga that he's doing wrong, that the slave owner knows what the house nigga is doing. That's why he allows the house nigga to do and say whatever the fuck he says. You think he didn't see the interview with Jason Whitlock with Cam Newton? The shit went viral. So you think you can call the house, the slave owner that's using you two token Negroes to go back and forwards with each other? Huh? You think he cares about what you can tell him? Unless you're going to tell, listen, and I'll be highly surprised about this, but unless you're going to tell Glenn Beck that Jason Whitlock, and I'm not saying he did this, that he sexually assaulted women or some shit, you think he cares about you calling him and telling him about his house nigga? Huh, you sucker ass nigga? You think he would care? He have Jason Whitlock in that space to do exactly what he has done to you and said about you. Like, are you that fucking stupid, nigga? You that much of a house nigga that you don't get that? Damn, you slow, Stephen A. God damn, bro. Listen, you ain't as bright as you think you are. You ain't as smart as you think you are, bro. You or Jason Whitlock. Y'all niggas ain't that smart. Let's move on. Let's go back a little bit. Matter of fact, people, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, people, I'm back. Yeah, man, listen. You see how stupid he sounds? See, that's that coonery. Stephen A. Smith ain't stupid, but he sounds stupid. Like his logic is stupid. Because he's so much of a fucking sellout, he really genuinely think that he got this nigga. Listen, this nigga's delusional. This is coon mentality delusional shit. This nigga's delusional. He really think he can call Glenn back and get Jason Whitlock, the house nigga, in trouble. Jason Whitlock probably is they top. He's probably they top coon. He's they top house nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, are you crazy? Anyway, what you gonna take his place? You gonna or you want to get rid of Jason Whitlock and bring in another top flight coon nigga because he don't talk bad about you? Like, nigga, are you crazy? Anyway, it's just sucker shit. Let's move on.
Should point to
some of the demonic, evil, vicious stuff that he has done to me, Chris Broussard, Scoop Jackson, Jamel Hill, Michael Smith. List goes on and on.
Stephen A., you was being fucked up towards Jamel Hill. Never mind. Let's move on.
Maybe I should tell the people that he works with how people at PTI, pardon the interruption, when he used to sub there, they looked at him and they said, "What's wrong with you? Why are you doing these kind of things to people all the time?" He said, "You don't know? The money." But he shows up on camp.
Wow. Oh, listen, let me just say this. I despise Jason Whitlock. But at least, if that's the case, Stephen A., what you're saying, at least he honest. You still lying. Pretending you don't do shit for money and clicks and likes to make money. You still pretending that you have this type of moral compass that you don't do shit for money. You don't tear down other black people for money and likes and clicks so you can make money, to be more famous, to be controversial. Because being controversial makes you money. To being a bad person on the internet makes you more money than people that talk good on the internet to try to help people. These are facts. It's the world too. So I'm just like trying to figure out, how are you better? Because you sitting there trying to fake and pretend that you're not doing that? That's what make you better? Wow. Okay. Stephen A., like I said, bro, that's why I despise, this is one of the reasons why I genuinely despise you. It's because of the fact, nigga, I'm not letting that go. And I'm going to get that, nigga, that's on your jacket. You intentionally was a part of destroying a movement with Colin Kaepernick. You actually helped that man lose his NFL career. You was a big part of that. And you can deny it. You can pretend that you didn't. But like I said, we got receipts. The shit was on camera. You did it on your show. So, no, nigga, you ain't better than Jason Whitlock. Sorry. You keep on trying to bring all these ones. We know Jason Whitlock ain't shit. So, what that mean? Somehow you better? Let's move on.
Newton's podcast that says he don't care about the money. Really? You sure about that? You want to hang your hat on that?
Stephen A., you did the same, you do the same shit. You pretend it ain't about money, then you turn around and say it's about the money. How can I wake up every day? Ain't this his words? How can I wake up to make my bosses more money? And then he actually was in an interview to explain what he was kind of saying. Was saying, if I can make them more money, I can make me money. And then all we have seen you do is turn down other people to make your bosses more money so you can make money. And mainly it was on the backs of black people. Of black pain. That's what you did. That's what you always do. You're not no better than Jason Whitlock, nigga. I do not know why you think that. But like I said, you in that coon mentality of delusional shit. You are delusional. You really think you better than Jason Whitlock? Okay, bro. Let's move on.
Because I know otherwise. So I could sit here and go off all day, every day, about the disgusting speck of a human being that he is, the piece of shit that he is. But then I said, what am I doing?
But I thought you was a God-fearing man. Why you out here cussing? Why you calling that man a piece of shit? Thought you a God-fearing man too. Huh? Stephen A., you are a hypocrite, bro. Listen, people, not to get too off subject, but this is the real reason why I wouldn't consider myself religious. I wouldn't sit here and say, I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a spiritual man. Do I believe in God? Yes. But I don't know who the fuck God is. I don't. Never met him, never knew who he was. Been here, God willing, next couple of months, be here 45 years. Don't know who God is. Never met him, never talked about it. Don't try to pretend that I'm this God-fearing dude. I live in real reality, real life. I live off of morals and principles, what's right and what's wrong. And sometimes I get shit wrong. And I'm imperfect. I get that. So sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. So I'm imperfect. At least I stand on that. I don't hide behind religion like these corny ass motherfuckers do. And now Stephen A. sitting there going after him off his religion. Stephen A., you are religious too. Ain't you a Christian? What are you doing? You supposed to, matter of fact, Stephen A., you're supposed to forgive this brother. You go to church, right? You got your pastor that you talk to. How religious are you? Or you out here faking? But everything about you is hypocrisy. Your whole life is a hypocrisy. Nigga did an interview with a right winger, forgot his name. And this motherfucker was all over the place. Hopefully I can find a clip. Matter of fact, let me find a clip of how hypocritical Stephen A. is. Let's see if I can find a clip. I was watching this shit earlier, I think, or early this morning. It was one of them. See if I can find it. Shit. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. So if I can find it real quick. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Hold on, let me find the clip. And listen to how this dude is so much of a hypocrite. This is how you know these people ain't really religious like that. Hold on. Let me go back. There we go. This is Stephen A. This is the hypocrisy of him. Right? Talking about Jason Whitlock, all this, he's supposed to be this religious. Listen to how this dude is sitting down with a right winger. Pretending that he's religious, but he really not religious, and he got these beliefs and that beliefs. Listen, I respect real religious people. But and even with real religious people, I don't have to agree with them to respect them. But morally, no. I don't respect a lot of religious people. I don't. I think a lot of religious people are hypocrites. That's just me, myself. I've been religious before, so I can speak on it. So I can have that opinion. I can have that feeling. Fuck it. It ain't even just all my feelings and the facts that how I feel about it is facts because I lived it. I was very religious, so I know. But anyway, let's move on. Oh shit, my bad. Let's listen to how this nigga's all over the place. Listen.
A liberal or Democrat for all these years, while now today calling himself an independent. Take a listen to this guy here.
Yeah, man.
They're saying them, those people,
Yeah.
they are saying that you might run for president as a Democrat. So, well, I guess let's do it this way.
And let me just say this. This is why I have no problem with people that disagree with right wingers and say those people. It's because of the simple fact of what they do. When they say that we race baiting or some shit like that, then you are too. We in the same boat. I ain't never letting them get a pass for that shit. Anything that you're accusing me of doing, I know you're doing. May not all of it may what you're accusing me of may not be true, but at least I know that everything you're accusing me of doing, I know you're doing if you're a right winger. And I can prove it every time. But anyway, let's move on. Oh, them and they. Okay, they say that. Okay, well, hey.
Why a Democrat? And then we'll dive into the other stuff.
Well, first of all, I've never considered myself conservative when it came to social issues, anything outside of fiscal issues. I've always considered myself a liberal. I'm pro-choice instead of pro-life, even though I'm not one who believes in abortion. I don't believe in telling a woman what to do with her body. Pro-LGBTQ plus, not to say that there are people.
But let me say this. But you will support. Well, I'll put it this way, because we don't know this shit before for factual shit. It seemed like Stephen A. Smith would. He already admitted he'll vote for a Republican that disagree with him on this women's choice over other things. He already admitted that. So motherfuckers already going against your principles. Listen, let me just say this. I don't agree with everything about gay people, but I have no problem with gay people. Like, if they pass a policy that I know that shit is anti-gay or hurt the gay community, I won't side with a politician on that. Just because we got all these other things in common, get the fuck out of here. I don't like discrimination. I don't like no religion, no ethnicity, or no race sitting there telling people you got to believe in this, no ideology, you got to believe in this, and that's what we got to do. No. We're talking about no discrimination here. Listen, the problem is, I tell people this. I tell these mega right wingers, fake ass religious people on the right, or anybody like that. If you got a problem with gay people being a part of some shit, well, I got a problem. You can't get mad at me for saying we don't need racists in certain shit. If you are a racist, you got to go. So what's the difference? That's all I'm saying. You don't want gay people to be a part of certain shit, then racist people and bigots can't be a part of that. Then that takes out a lot of the population in the way. Like, I'm just saying. But listen, people, you think I got a problem with a business that only hire racist people? I don't. Hire them all. We already doing it anyway. What's the difference? Got no problem with it. Understand that the majority of society doesn't agree with that shit. But like I told you, it's about power. If you got majority of the country disagreeing with racism and bigotry and they don't have power, it really don't matter. The racist people got the power. The bigots got the power. The homophobes got the power. And that's why you're seeing what's happening. I keep telling y'all that. That's why voting matters. Society works like that. That's all I'm trying to get y'all to understand. But anyway, let's finish listening to this goofy nigga.
There are people on the conservative side that don't feel that way, but for years the Democratic Party has been more identified with that than the right. Then when you take into account, free market capital.
No, the gay community. No, I'll leave that alone.
Capitalism, national security. These things are very, very important to me. But in the same breath, when I think about the desolate and the disenfranchised, and I think about some of the policies that have been pushed forth, at least verbally, throughout the years, throughout the decades, whether, it lends itself towards civil rights legislation.
Hold on, y'all. All right, people, I'm back.
Voting rights legislation, those kind of things, Fair Housing Act, all of those
I'm
different
about
kind of
to let you
things.
sit down.
I just looked at it from the standpoint that in my household, it seemed to be more identified with the Republicans and with the Democrats rather than the Republicans. As you move on and you grow, you learn more and more about what role Republicans played in this and how that was pretty much died down. But I think if I'm being totally
First
honest,
of all, no, it doesn't. No, it isn't. See, the problem is with Stephen A. Smith, he doesn't know his history either. Right? Because you can live in a household, right, of more liberal type of folks, right? Or even in religion. Like it's very, listen, even when it comes to religion, it's different, right? Because if you got black people, right, that are very, very religious, and then you have white people that from a community that are very, very religious, it is a difference just off of the race, just off the ideology, off the experience. Because in the black community, we deal with the injustice. Shit happens to us differently than say we're a black Christian. It is we from the same scripture religion of a white person that grew up in a white neighborhood. It is very different. Being a black Christian is different from being a white Christian. It is very different. The environment is different. The life experience is different. See, the problem is what Stephen A. Smith is trying to say, well, we all one because we believe in certain religions, means nothing. It means nothing. Listen, people, if you are a black Christian, you will not have the same experience as a white Christian. And you know why? Because race matters. Right? And the reason that the religion of being a black Christian and a white Christian is so different, why is that? What is the number one reason why that is different? The experience is different. Religion is supposed to be religion, right? Being a Christian is a Christian. But what is the difference? Because one is black and one is white. That is the difference. So this whole notion, people try to pretend, oh, Christianity, is supposed to be for everybody. No. Certain religions of people, certain races of people will use race in that religion and turn it evil. It's not the religion. It's the race of people. It's the ideology of people. That's all that is. It's not the fucking religion. That's why I keep telling people I have no problem with people believing what they believing in. I may not agree with everything, but I have no problem with it. It's the people that believes in the religion. The race, you could say. Let me explain something to y'all. It was kingdoms, countries, through generations, hundreds of years, thousands of years, that been rolling with religion. These people's wars have been religion, but they was doing sinful shit. That's why you see hundreds and thousands of years now, we in 2026, that where you see some of the most egregious shit that you be like, damn, we doing that? But it was even worse then, because motherfuckers was hiding behind religion. So when you see these Republicans and even some of these Democrats, you see these motherfuckers hiding behind religious shit on evil policies and how they treat people. Nigga, they been doing this. This shit this ain't new. When you see dictators from other countries and you think that, oh, damn, that's fucked up they do that over there. Nigga, the same shit is happening to you here in America. You just don't pay attention. You're not educated in it. Even the white folks here that vote conservative, Republicans, so-called Christians, MAGA, they don't even see that we're no different than Russia. Look how one president turned this whole country against each other. And it always been that way. Trump didn't do anything different. The only difference is social media hyped it up more. Is you can see it now. Right? You can literally see it. For good or bad, you can see it. Back in the day, a lot of that shit was mystery. It was like you had to be around it. You had to be somehow a part of it. You don't have to necessarily be in the presence of some shit now. You can just watch it. You can see it literally. That's the only difference. This shit been here. When people talk about they trying to get rid of democracy, they always tried to do that. For black people, yeah, we're a little hypersensitive of this shit because of the simple fact of what we experienced this shit. We are the ones that got affected by this shit. We was the ones that was affected by it. We helped build democracy. We was the reason for democracy. It was no democracy when black people couldn't vote. We was in segregation. And you go down a list of shit. Black people was never in a democracy. We're still not now. Only white people and people that come from other countries talking about, oh, this is a democracy. And even some of you corny ass black people trying to sit there and talk, oh, you're just trying to be pro-black. No, nigga. We have never lived in a democracy. Ever. Black people. Hear me. We have never lived in a democracy in the United States of America. ever. We have never got it treated fairly. We have never had the upper hand on white people in this country. Never. We have never got treated equally to white people in this country. Have never. It's never happened in the history of the United States of America. It's never happened. You listen, you hear the racist white people. The reason they want you will go back to Africa. How you going to tell the descendants of slaves to go back to somewhere where your ancestors took everything away from us? Where are we supposed to go? Where are we supposed to go? We don't know Africa or any other continent. We don't know nothing about that or any other country. We know nothing about black anything outside of America. That's why it's insulting when they tell black people, oh, you're race baiting. Or you playing victim. We are the victim. Nothing been fair with black people. Ever. Certain token black people, not even call them token, but certain black people who make it, you think that's enough for us? Even still to this day, in 2026, the percentage of black people that's here is nowhere compared to white people in this country. Nowhere. What we got, 15, 16%? Like, what are we talking about here? Listen, they got a problem with all the immigrant people, all the Mexican people, the Latino people, right? The white folks. They really got a problem with that, right? You know why they do? Let's be honest. You know why they got a problem with them? You know why? You know why? Because some of the motherfucking parts of America was Mexico. That's why. And for black folks, stop pretending that, hey, it's a lot more than Mexicans and shit. They all here or whatever. Because a lot of them they was already here already. They got land stolen from them. Even though it was some black people was already here, it was a lot of Latinos here too. A lot of them. You keep forgetting when you go to Spain. You look at Spain, like, why is Spain Spanish and all that other shit? You know why? It's because they had slaves. They had black slaves. That's why. All you Latino, Mexican motherfuckers, you ain't number black people. They enslaved black people in Spain or whatever. They had that language or whatever. And they raped and murdered, but they raped and took advantage and enslaved black people to have black people for generations of them get. That's why if you go to Spain, a lot of them like, that was enslavement. Listen, if you are a black American, it is very unusual you see a black person speak a different language. Why is that? Why is that? Right? They speak in Spanish or they speak in African. Like, that shit is like weird to us. That was the whole point. You know how black asses would know African? Where do you think Spanish come from? It comes from Africa. Any of these foreign languages y'all hear, it comes from the motherland. Listen, even them European motherfuckers, they speak European. That's not European. That is white people speaking a language that comes from the motherland that they mix with speaking English. They call it English, or what we speak. Listen, let me explain something to y'all. The whole creation of we speak English, that is a language that comes from white people. English is a white people shit. But the accent of it, where they don't speak fully, like if you hear English people speak, or some of these people, they have an accent, or they speak a different language. You think it's not. It all comes from Africa. It all comes from the motherland. That's why if you hear English people speak, that shit sound foreign to us. People like, oh, that shit's foreign. But you see some African people, they speak English. Nigga, listen, English comes from racist slave owners. It's not a language. Nobody spoke none of that shit. It wasn't a whole bunch of white people running around the country like that. Listen, see, because I'm a history buff like that. Listen, do y'all understand that all these white people that y'all see, right, that we say is racist and all that, they are really black people. They was black. Their ancestors go way back hundreds of years ago, where they went to parts of the country outside of the motherland where the weather was different, and they created babies. Because y'all don't really believe in the sun and all that shit. That shit matters. That's why I told you I'm a spiritual person. Y'all really don't get it. And then you got to think about, it was a lot of shit back in the day, right? Where what we would call germs, that a lot of people was affected by hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. That's why you're seeing all these different nationalities of people that y'all think that's different. They're not different. They're human beings. Listen, you you can put all them motherfuckers up from different countries or whatever, however y'all want to look at it, culture, whatever. You line them all up. You stab every last one of them. What they bleed. What the color is. Red. It ain't gonna be white blood coming out of them, is it? What motherfucker you can stab right now some green blood or some white blood or some Asian blood? What is Asian blood? What is Mexican blood? It's no such thing. Or white blood or black blood. It's no difference of everybody bleeds blood. And it's red. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why I keep telling y'all, I'm not ignorant in the way of God. It is somebody very high power over us that created this country. Created this world that we just don't know. We all try to pretend, we all read and we try to learn shit, but we don't really know. How the fuck are you better than me and you bleed just like me? You bleed the same blood I bleed, but because our skin complexion is different, you better than me. How is that? That's a society thing. That's a world thing. So that's why spiritual people fuck me up. I mean, not spiritual people, religious people fuck me up. How you better? White evangelicals, how you better? If I stab you right now, bitch, and you stab me, we gonna bleed red. So who the fuck is your God? Who's the God that's telling you that your whiteness is better than my blackness? How is that? Or white nationalists, all that other goofy ass shit, man. That shit is crazy. The one thing I do understand is that we live amongst good and evil. That's just what I know. I try not to, like, I'm not ignorant to race and shit like that, but I try not to move around life like that. I treat people, if you got respect, I understand cultures are different. I understand people get raised different. Like I said, I live real life. I'm not trying to play ignorant. But at the end of the day, to be real on some humanity shit, I really don't give a fuck what color skin you are or how you was really raised. You bleed like I bleed. Your blood is the same color as my blood. I don't give a fuck about what people be. Like I told you, this is what I mean. I said this shit a while ago in the show. I don't really care about what people think. Because if you listen to people long enough, that shit, it's only to fit a narrative. We don't know shit. That's why, listen, I never move around with disrespect to people because I don't know every fucking thing. I don't try to pretend because I believe in something and I think it's real. Listen, man, I could think it was real or what's not real. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about treating people the right way, man. It got nothing to do with your religion, your culture, or your skin complexion. For me, it doesn't really matter as long as you show respect and we get, like, I don't give a fuck about what people care about. I just don't. That's why I don't hang around people like that, because everybody got a fucking opinion and everybody think their opinion is factual, and it's not. My opinion is not factual. Not 100%. Nobody opinion is 100%. You know why? Because none of us have ever seen the God of your religion or whatever the fuck you talking about or what you believe in. You never seen God. And if you have, then hey, motherfucker, you crazy. They should lock your ass up in the mental shit. You ever notice people say they believe? They ain't never say they seen. And a motherfucker, they say they seen God, then you start to question them niggas. What? Why you the only motherfucker that seen God? And I've been around good religious people. They have never said they seen God or they talked to God. So I know niggas be lying. I know motherfuckers be lying. Listen, it's no such thing as canceling people. And I'm going to move on from this. It's no such thing of canceling somebody. We can't cancel Stephen A. Right? The thing that we can do is, my thing is, false. I don't think you can cancel anybody. Because they'll move on to where people, and we're in a space now where people, look at Jason Whitlock. Black people don't really fuck with Jason Whitlock. Right? Like, even if you think about Stephen A., he might got a lot more black support than Jason Whitlock, but it ain't a lot of black people, but it's still black people in powerful positions still giving him a pass. People don't fuck with Jason Whitlock, bro. Not even in the powerful positions, because he's nobody. It's a difference. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, my bad, people. I'm back. But yeah, listen, you can't cancel nobody. I just think when it comes to black people, we gotta stop supporting shit that some of these coon ass niggas do. That's on us. Canceling a nigga, that's white people shit. That's white people shit. But like I said, we are the culture. We move the temple and shit, right? Like I keep telling black people this. We are the motherfuckers that can stop shit, right? Or push the temperature of shit. We can do that. That's our thing. That's what we can do. We are the culture. Like we are the culture in America. People try to pretend that we're not, but we are. So if we don't like something, we all gotta get on board with that. Like Stephen, listen, it's gonna be some token niggas. It's like now, when Stephen A, he's only doing what he's doing is because what we should be doing is niggas that's bigging up Stephen A, right? Some of the motherfuckers that we fuck with that don't talk like Stephen A, but they still give him props and they still friends or cool with him, right? It's like street shit, right? If I don't fuck with niggas on the other side, I don't give a fuck how cool they are. Or how cool I think they are, or they good people, like, you know what I mean? Or they ain't never did nothing to me, but they did something to somebody else I know. I wouldn't fuck with them, right? That's how we gotta treat some of these sellout niggas on street level shit. Like nigga, we over here, and the majority of the people over, nigga, we ain't fucking with that. The problem with black folks is, a lot of us, right? Well, I say a lot of us. It ain't some of us. It's a lot of us. We got this thing of we thinking that, oh, yeah, but I ain't the same as you all think. Nobody's saying that. We saying it's certain shit when it comes to us that as black people, we can't allow, even if we do it. We need to be able to get checked. The problem with some of our black folks, they think, oh, we can't get checked. Oh, I'm different. It's just a different opinion. No, nigga, it's not. It's certain shit you don't do. And you can't sit there and act like I'm okay with that. Listen, I like Uncle Ro, right? The problem with Uncle Ro is he has this thing is that he think because I'm very bright and intelligent as let some of these coons sell out so I can get on the stage and debate them. The problem is at a certain point, I get that you can out debate them and shit like that. But is it really worth it at this point? Right? Or having a conversation with these type of Negroes or these racist ass people. Is it really worth it at this point? Right? That's why I am as a person. Like, really, is it like here and there I'll be like, yeah, you might just go ahead and call in. Because I just want to have some fun. Right? But it ain't no shit that I'll be like, yo, I'm doing a show with this racist motherfucker today and we gonna debate. No. I randomly do that. In the moment of doing the show. I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to have a conversation with these people like that. It's almost a mood I gotta be in. But I guarantee you, if I sit down with a racist and have a conversation with them right now, if they MAGA, I'm gonna disrespect the shit out of them. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So me sitting down with a MAGA, I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say, but I'm gonna disrespect the shit out of you. I guarantee, because I don't have any respect for you. I'm gonna show you how if I don't have respect for you, this is how I act. Especially if you interact with me. But if you never say nothing to me or want to talk to me, I'm cool. We'll never have an interaction. But if you want to have that interaction, I'm going to show you how disrespectful I'm going to be. See, that's my issue. Black people have to understand that. It is certain levels that the way we do not cross lines. Or not even cross lines, the way we say, well, I'm different. I think I can do. That's not the point. The point is, when we say we ain't fucking with these motherfuckers, we ain't fucking with them, we ain't supporting them, and we ain't trying to hear them. They have to get our respect back. Fuck a loyalty test. They have to get their respect back from their own people. Not us. And see, a lot of black people, we can't turn on black on other black brothers and sisters. We go through pain. Yes, we do. The problem is, even if these niggas don't know no better, that's on them. Especially if you are in a position to change and listen, and you don't want to change or listen, then what the fuck are we talking about? We're not talking about street niggas. Street niggas don't know shit. They know street shit. They don't know nothing about politics. They don't know shit about nothing. Honestly, they don't. Not saying they stupid, but nigga, that's not what their life is street life. It's not some shit that we're talking about. So it's a difference. But with a motherfucker like Stephen A., it has to be consequences for his behavior. Because he knows better. But he's intentionally doing it because he has a certain part of the black community that will go over there and still side with him. And because he keep acting like he's about our people. Listen, people, if my black people do something wrong, right? I can talk about it to the point that where, like, I don't make it seem like it's everybody that might live that lifestyle, right? Because everybody in that lifestyle ain't like that. Because I wasn't, right? But we do fuck shit. Like, I still can have this level of humanity for people that grow up in the street life. I still can have that. But that doesn't mean I agree with these niggas. And so if you do some fuck shit and some horrible shit, oh, nigga, oh, get the fuck out of here, bro. Shit, I know plenty of niggas that ain't do horrible shit and they was real street niggas and they just didn't cross certain, maybe they got away with it, we didn't catch it or whatever, but them niggas got away with it. Niggas is respected. Listen, I'm respected. Like I always tell people, I've been in the hood all my life, right? Well, half of my life. I put it that way. Shit, a little half of my life. Yeah, I say half of my life. I say half of my life. No, can't say that. Fuck it, yeah, you can say half. Listen, I'm from the streets. I'll put it that way. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna try to put no time limit on that. Because I'm still amongst my people. I don't live far from my people. So, listen, you can be from that shit. Be from the hood. And diss some shit. But if you can't go back to the hood, I tell niggas this. Listen, I'd rather go to the hood and nobody know me in the hood no more. Because it's a young niggas is there. I'd rather for that. You know what that tell me? A lot of my niggas is dead. Or a lot of them niggas is dead. They're in jail. Or they moved on. And the fourth thing is, I didn't do that much damage of to my community where I got generations of niggas wanting to kill me. You get what I mean? And I did some fuck shit in the streets. Never talk about a lot of that shit, but I know what I did. But that's between me and God. And the niggas that was with me or the niggas I did it to. But if I can go back to the hood name, the one thing about me, I didn't never want to have that type of generational shit. So I didn't do a lot of shit in the hood that a lot of my niggas did. Right? I know a lot of niggas I know that, you know, they only could go back to the hood to be tough. I don't have to do that. There's gotta be, I gotta know this nigga, know that nigga. I don't gotta know none of them niggas. I don't really give a fuck about knowing none of that street shit. I don't really care. And that's my thing. I'll be trying to tell people, I'll be like, yo, you gotta understand when you come from that lifestyle, it's like when you see the young niggas now. I heard a lot of them young niggas, and they were saying why these young niggas is the generations of niggas that come behind them and still be on that same type of time. Right? Because niggas think that ain't nothing new what they're saying. That shit was happening in my generation. It's niggas in my generation that can't go back to the hood. And if they go back to the hood, they get killed in the hood. Because of the simple fact, nigga, it's most likely you're trying to be something that you're not. So you're trying to be down. So that's part of it. And then niggas find out what you did in the hood. So you got niggas from generations before that saying what you did to their cousins or brothers or homeboys or whoever. Yo, yeah, he killed such a, and now your ass dead. That's how that goes. Listen, I tell people this. I got away with a lot of shit. And that's why I live with bad dreams and fucked up nightmares. Because a lot of shit that I did, my niggas don't know I did. I used to do a lot of shit on my own, bro. Never talk about it to y'all, never tell people I did certain shit. But that's some shit I live with every day. That's some shit. That's why I don't move around like acting like I'm better than people. Because I know what the fuck I did. I live, man, God, we you know. I know, nigga, when it's time for me to go, nigga, it's up in the air for me if I go to heaven or hell. If it is that. I just try to live the best life I can live. Yeah. I did what I did, bro. I did some shit that, I did shit that my family, friends, foes, my wife, I would never tell nobody. Ever. Would never tell nobody. Ever. Some shit, like I said, the streets is the streets, bro. You die with that. I ain't never got caught for a lot of shit that I did. So I don't have to like speak about that shit. If I got caught doing it, or some shit like that, like, you know how motherfuckers get caught committing certain shit. Yeah. Then yeah, you speak about it. You tell niggas like, yo, the young niggas like, yo, don't do that, don't do this, and don't do that. But I don't have to speak about it. Well, I never got caught for a lot of shit that I did. Because like I said, I was a smart gangster. I wasn't stupid. And I ain't call my niggas stupid. They was reckless. I put it that way. They wasn't stupid, but they was very reckless. A lot of niggas I knew was reckless. And we lived under this umbrella where you wanted to show everybody that you was this thorough nigga. And you put that shit out there to tell everybody how many people you killed or you did this or people you beat up, how many times you went to jail. And niggas like, yo, yeah, you know, what's the name got locked up? But what'd he do? That's always hood shit. That ain't nothing new. That ain't just from my generation or this new generation. Like everybody like these little young niggas wilding. They not. That shit come from my generation, the generation before that, and the generation before that. We always had to pretend that we was bigger and tougher than what we really was. You know what I mean? Like I told you, a lot of scary niggas in the hood killed a lot of niggas that was supposed to be thorough niggas. Shit, I seen a scary nigga kill a nigga that I know that had bodies, that really killed a nigga. He was a psychopath. This nigga, he would kill a nigga. He wasn't scared of nobody. This nigga was a psychopath. I watched a bitch nigga kill him. A scary nigga. And you know that at the wall, that same pussy ass, bitch ass nigga that killed a nigga that you know that wasn't scared of killing a nigga that you know killed that nigga, and niggas in the hood talking about how thorough this pussy nigga is. All of a sudden, the pussy nigga turned to the gangster nigga. That niggas respect in the hood. That's when I knew the game was fucked up. I said, oh, this shit ain't real. I said, oh, nah. No. Mm-mm. I say, you got scary niggas shooting guns? Nah. Mm-mm. Niggas shooting niggas because they scared. Nah. Listen, where I go, you don't shoot a nigga if you scared. Right? Like, listen, let me just say this. Everybody in the hood, regardless if they a street nigga, a real thorough nigga in the hood, you don't fear of getting shot or killed. Right? You worry about it. It's not a scary thing. It's the lifestyle. You know that. Right? And listen, let me tell you on some real shit. This is how I know that what I'm saying is factual. I got shot in the hood. Almost died. My cousin never got shot. Got his head beat in and almost died. They got his shit beat in. That nigga scary nigga. He was scared for years. He wouldn't come outside. I seen the shit. Right? And he was scary nigga. He was scared. I mean, beef was happening. Right? I went outside. God rest my little man, little Drew. My white cousin and shit. That was my little man. I knew him before I even knew my wife. He introduced me to my wife. Right? The nigga, we had this beef or whatever, right? And nigga, I came outside. I don't know how. I'm trying to figure this. The block was dead at the time. I can't remember fully like that. But I knew the block was dead. Like shit was shut down. Niggas wasn't outside. I knew that because it was a beef going on. Nigga, the block was shut down. And I remember coming outside. I don't know if the nigga came up there to me or I just was outside. Right? It was one or the other. The nigga came to me or I was just outside at the time. And I came outside. And I went outside. But the nigga came get me. I think the nigga can't get me. I can't. Like I said, it's one of the two. It's so long ago, but the nigga can't get me. And I went down there and hollered at my little mans. They was my little niggas. Right? And I hung around older niggas at the time. Right? I didn't really hang around niggas my age like that. It was two things with me. I didn't really hang around niggas my age when I got in the game and shit like that. And I was kind of in the game, out the game. At the same time, I didn't really hang around niggas my age. I hung around niggas that was younger than me. They was my little niggas, or I hung around niggas that was older than me. I didn't hang around niggas of my age. And that's kind of probably how I am now. That's probably who I'm kind of am now. But then I remember going out there, however it happened. If I came outside, niggas ran into me, or the niggas came to the house or whatever. It's one or the other. And nigga, like, yo, blah, blah, blah. I think they need some blunts. And at the time, we needed to go to the bar too. I need to go to the bar. The bar was on a block that the niggas that we was beefing with. That was the only bar. Now, I ain't gonna say that. Shit, it was 3 bars. Because I probably could have went to the Rutland bar. I probably could have went to that. Right? Because that's where a lot of me and my niggas was from. He's from up there, but then I moved around that side and, you know, whatever. But so this is how I knew I wasn't afraid of shit. Right? Don't get me wrong, I was worried, but I wasn't afraid. Because like I said, but that's where you go stupid at too. Like that's how you like getting that mentality of street stupid shit. Because if I wanted to like not go to this bar, I could have went to my Rutland bar and I'd have been fine. Where I grew up at. And it was right up the street. Like I just had to walk a little bit. But the bar that we all went to in the neighborhood where we all was at, all I had to do was go around the corner and go to the bar. Right? Go. Matter of fact, my block, turn the corner, go down the block, right across the street. That's the bar. If I wanted to go to the second bar, it was to go down one block, another block, where we was beefing with niggas. Right? And and there was a bar right there on the corner. Right? But we was beefing with niggas. So I couldn't go to either one of those bars without a gun. Right? But if I really thought about it, as I was young and stupid and ignorant, I'd have been like, all right, yo, I got y'all. Y'all chill. I got y'all. We ain't gotta go around there. I could have went to the bar where my niggas was from. And I probably had to walk 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks up. It had been long. It would probably been about 3 or 4 blocks. And I probably could have did that. Right? But I chose my ignorant, stupid ass goes and do that shit that it's almost like I try to play like I'm tough. Right? I look back at that shit now, it was stupid. And I go around the bar. We always used to go to that bar before we got the beefing with niggas. Right? With all the shit that happened, right? And I go down to this bar. Now, I got that thing on me. At the time, we were so fucked up about it, we didn't have a lot of guns. I had a lot of guns, but my cousin Mason at that time, I was calling this nigga. Like, yo, bro, need some guns up here, nigga. We beefing, blah, blah, blah. My cousin hit me up. He said, yo, I lost a lot of them guns. He got arrested. Some crazy shit happened with him, but he lost the guns, right? So he couldn't bring the guns up. So we was only stuck with 1 gun, beefing with niggas, right? Money wasn't flowing like that. I wasn't selling dope like that no more. And so, my young niggas, I don't know if they were selling, but they wasn't like that of selling dope. So they wasn't making no money to get no guns. And at that time when the beef happened, even the niggas I knew didn't want to do anything to do with what the beef was happening. And so the older niggas I knew, or niggas that was like that, they didn't want to deal with it. And so they just like, no, yo, we ain't in that, bro. We ain't doing no business, no nothing. And like I said, shit is money too in the streets. So I didn't really have the money to kind of like get the guns either, because I was working 9 to 5 at the time. And I had guns, but I gave him my cousin and shit, and whatever he did with it, but he did what he did. But so I didn't have no guns. The funds wasn't like that. And then we was at war at that time, and I couldn't go back to selling dope either because the blocks was locked down. Niggas was getting killed. Right? It was war. So I couldn't do shit. So financially or just getting guns and shit, because whatever. So I take my dumb ass around that same bar. And I rolled around that motherfucker. And I remember this. And I always remember I was with my little man and shit, right? He rolled with me. It wasn't my man Lil Joe, it was my cousin wife and shit. It was one of the little niggas he took with me. He said, well, he can go with you. And I'm thinking to myself, at the time, now I think about it now, but at the time, I ain't think nothing of it. I just thought nigga had my back. Right? So I went to the bar for everybody. Like, so I wound up going to the bar, wound up, getting everybody shit, nigga. I'd probably be like, at that time, spending $100 was a lot. So I spent $100 fucking dollars. Right? I had what they wanted some liquor, they wanted some blunts and shit, because they smoked a lot of weed too. I mean, we smoked weed too, but I didn't smoke like they did at that time. So I got them some blunts and shit, got us some blunts, just got the normal shit. I get that shit, and the whole time, the little nigga that's with me scared to death. I ain't gonna put his name out there because I don't want to do that to him. But he was a young nigga though. He was scared to fucking death. Scared. And I wasn't scared, but I was very, very worried. Like, this nigga ain't got no gun. I got the gun on me. He ain't got no gun. What he gonna do? Like, you get what I mean? And we hostile territory and shit. So, like, I'm worried as fuck. Right? To the point to where, like, nigga, my head is moving like this. I'm watching everybody moving that motherfucker. Right? I can't focus. Like, I know what I'm supposed to get and shit like that, but my mind ain't focused. Right? I'm focused on who the fuck is moving around me and who coming in the store, in the bar. So we get the shit, right? We get everything, right? Mind you, motherfuckers in the bar is watching. See, mind you, these motherfuckers that's in this bar is from the niggas that we beef with, right? Even though they not beefing with us, but they from that neighborhood. So these niggas are like spies. Well, however you want to look at it, but these niggas from the neighborhood, that neighborhood. So they watching us. Listen, we spent down there $200. I thought it was $100, but it was $200 we spent because we knew we couldn't come back around this bitch no time soon. So I got cases of beer. I got we got like 2/5 of liquor. We got I think we got like we smoking Phillies then. So I got like 2 boxes of Phillies. Like I really stacked up on that shit. It was like we was only supposed to spend $100, but I wanted to spend an extra $100. So we didn't have to go back running. Because it was beefing time. Like we was at war. Like niggas trying to kill us, niggas trying to kill them. Like, and we ain't supposed to be around there, bro. Like if shit was crazy, it was very reckless that I did that. So, but I was trying to prove to the young niggas, like, nigga, I ain't scared of these niggas. Like, I was doing some stupid, goofy shit. Right? And I do that shit, man. And the young nigga, you can tell that he was shook. Like I said, I ain't gonna name his name, but he was shook. But I'm not gonna lie either. I was very worried. Like, I wasn't scared, but I just was worried. Like, yo, this thing ain't got no gun. Like, he really gonna do? And I'm like, yo, I'm just out this bitch. I'm gonna have to bang out on this. I wasn't scared. I just was like, oh damn. This nigga, listen, the young nigga was irrelevant because what he was gonna do? He was just looking out, basically. He was a lookout to make sure who coming in or whatever. We ain't ran into the niggas that we was beefing with. That was it. But we was in fucked up territory, so he didn't know these motherfucking people that was coming in the bar really like that, other than niggas was beefing with. So that shit was still even more dangerous. Listen, we made it out that motherfucker. Something happened. I can't remember exactly what happened, but something did happen. I know what happened. My bad. Came back to me. I know exactly what happened. When the shit happened, right? We was leaving. We was across the street from the bar, and the niggas come from all these different parts of the block and shit. They like, yo, these motherfuckers at least like 50 deep. And they came. It was like, yo, you I remember the nigga told me, he said, yo, you think you that tough, nigga? Huh? Nigga? I said, nigga, it ain't about that. You know what I mean? And the nigga said to me, he said, yo, nigga, the next time you come across this motherfucking street, nigga, we gonna kill you. I was like, any other time I probably would have zapped the fuck out. Nigga, you talking about niggas come from blocks. And a nigga say that to you, fuck you gonna say? You just move the fuck on, nigga. You don't even say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I just did like this. And we started, I didn't even walk like my back towards these niggas. I just backed up. And I walked down there half a block up with my back, or with my front towards them. Because I knew what it was. They weren't lying. But it was the most stupid shit that I ever did in the hood. It was one stupid shit. I could have got myself killed so many times, bro, doing stupid shit, trying to prove stupid shit, or not even thinking. Because I don't even think I thought about that. Taking my dumb ass around. We at war, and I go around their bar. When I just could have just went up to a bar where I was good at. This probably had to go longer. And I think I was trying to prove something to my little man, and his little niggas is like, nigga, fuck that, nigga. Like, I swore I had that conversation with them. But my point is, people, that's the stupid shit that I was on. I was doing stupid shit like that. I probably got killed a lot of times. That's why I always feel like even though I made it, I feel guilty. Because a lot of them niggas that I'm talking about is dead. Them young niggas I'm talking about, dead. They gone. Even though I was smarter than them and shit, right? As far as the street shit, they looked at how when I did certain shit like that to show how tough I was and do stupid fuck shit like that, that's what they looked at. They took that from me, like, oh, that's how Kenny is. Like, oh, he a real nigga. Like, that's why I took that. But they didn't think about the smart shit I did. You know what I mean? So a lot of my little young niggas is dead because of my stupidity. So I always feel guilty. But I didn't teach them niggas shit. I just was a street nigga, man. I'm young too. People are like, oh, you was young too. But yo, yeah, but I did stupid shit. Ignorant shit that I knew that was wrong and I shouldn't have did it. But I was young too. Because you got to understand, my young niggas wasn't that much older than me. They wasn't that much older than me. I mean, that much younger than me. I'm sorry. They wasn't that much younger than me. The Bible's made about 2 or 3 years younger than me. That's it. That's it. My sister only 4 years younger than me. You know what I mean? So she's 40. I'm 44. Like I'll be 45 this year. She'd be 41. Like, so like, you get what I mean? But how we grew up back in the day, that is a distance. That's almost like a 5-year fucking span back in the day. So I see in the 90s. It was different. Like my cousin only 4 years older than me. It was a difference. Them niggas, that lifestyle was very different. You know what I mean? How they carry shit, how they did shit, it was different. Them niggas was different. But it's not different now. So that's why you see the YNs, niggas want to separate themselves from the young niggas to the old niggas. Like, it ain't really that much different. Like, you know what I mean? When I see the young niggas, how they be wilding, I'll be like, oh, they not really wilding like y'all think. Not to me, they not really wilding like that. As a nigga, the only difference between us and my generation and the YN niggas, and I'm 45, I'll be 45 this year. The only difference is that, nigga, they shoot niggas. That's it. And I ain't gonna say that. They shoot niggas and they don't. And when you got guns, right? When you just move with guns and that moral thing of guns, right? Because I move that way. Like, nigga, I stop fighting at the wild, nigga. I shoot a nigga. I'm trying to be fighting no nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it was, like, when you sold dope and shit. Like, it was a difference. Like, if you wasn't like a nigga that sold dope, right? You didn't you couldn't get no gun. I tell people that all the time. If you didn't sell dope and you grew up in the neighborhood, it wasn't no guns. You couldn't get no guns, right? But if you was a street nigga and you sold dope and shit like that, then you got guns, right? So the top, that shit was different. You started to see the niggas that was, it was a difference from niggas that grew up in the hood than niggas that sold dope that was in the game. It was a difference. It's a difference now with the young niggas. They don't understand the difference. If you ain't in the streets, you ain't selling dope, you ain't out there gang banging, you ain't part of no real hood shit, no street shit, you don't live that shit every day, then you're not really a street motherfucker. You're really not. So, like, if you grew up in the hood, right? When I grew up, like, nigga, we fought people. We throw them hands. But when I got in the dope game, oh, all that fighting shit goes out the window. We pistol whip shoot niggas. And we ain't want to kill a nigga, we pistol whip them. You get what I mean? Like, seriously, and we still probably fight a nigga here and there. You know what I mean? But it's niggas, if a nigga had a head up fade, even if it was dope dealers or whatever, nigga, everybody around, it'd be their niggas and the other niggas that's around, circling around that shit, and everybody got pipes. You know what I mean? They all got pipes. So it wasn't like, you know what I mean, guns wasn't still there. It was just, nigga, ain't no shit. Let them fight. Let them throw that fade. That's how it go. But it's not like that now. This ain't really fighting no more. And you gotta understand, young motherfuckers now, their brains are not fully developed. So these niggas are running off of guns. Right? They're getting guns at young age. We didn't get that. That's the only difference. They like we knew of guns and shit. We knew people that had guns. You know what I mean? It was a level of hierarchy too. If you're not in the streets, listen, the difference is a lot of our old niggas wouldn't let us get in the game. Right? The older niggas now, they're maybe like 25, because it was the same shit. It wasn't nothing different. Is that these niggas, and they had pipes. They had guns. That wasn't nothing no difference than what y'all seeing. The only difference was that, nigga, if you're not in the game, you don't get no pipe. But a lot of these niggas ain't even in the game like that. And they get pipes to protect themselves. Because these niggas are scared of fighting. They're scared of taking an ass whooping. That's the only difference between us and the young niggas now. Of my generation and theirs. That's it. They don't really know how to fight. Until they get in the jail. And then look what they do in the jail. Listen, the same shit that we're talking about what happens in the jail, niggas getting fucked and all that, that shit was happening in jail. The only difference is it didn't happen as much now. Right? Like even with the gunplay, all that shit, it wasn't a lot like that. And you niggas fucked up the game. Listen. You know why niggas get fucked in jail? They ain't even get fucked in jail. They getting fucked in the county. Or they getting fucked in local prisons. I mean, local jails. Niggas getting fucked. That shit don't happen, bro. That's not what happens in local jails. That shit happens in prisons. That shit don't happen in local jails. The young niggas started doing that gay shit. It's because of, listen, people think I might be tripping about this, but I'm not. A lot of you young niggas are homosexuals. And you don't even know it. If you thinking about raping a dude when you go to jail, or I'm gonna take this nigga, I'm gonna violate him like that sexually, the nigga, you are gay. You are gay. And society is fucking y'all niggas up like that. Because, yo, ain't nobody thinking about, listen, if I want to violate a nigga, you know my violating a nigga for me to be is to punk that nigga. To beat him the fuck up and have him as a punk. Not in a way y'all talking about sexually assaulting the nigga. That shit is weird as fuck. That shit is gay. You are gay, motherfucker. You don't think about sexually assaulting no motherfucker like that. It's like the nigga Ray J talking about that shit. Oh, nigga, we gonna violate you and all that shit. Nigga, that's gay shit. You niggas on gay shit. And Ray J, like I said, he's in my era, but he's never been no gangster nigga like that. He just grew up around gangster niggas. He never been no gangster nigga. He ain't never violated a nigga like that. And if he did on that type of shit, on some gay shit, niggas around you will punk you after that. You gonna rape a nigga? Who the fuck does that? Or you know some niggas that came home. Listen, let me tell y'all something. That's a different from this era in a way. If old niggas came home, and you knew these old niggas that rape people, and they came home and they rape men. Oh, them niggas, they ain't got no say in the streets. You gay. You don't get no respect for violating no another man or raping them. Who the fuck told y'all that? A bunch of homosexual ass niggas from the jail. Because they can come home and play tough and because they can fight. Oh, them same niggas can get their head blown off too. And that's the problem. Niggas don't play around with gay shit like that. That's some new shit that y'all do. And some of you old niggas made that shit okay. You niggas been locked up for a long time and y'all did homosexual shit in jail, and then you think that shit is okay to come home and still think you're a gangster. You ain't no gangster to me. Because if you ain't go in there as a gangster, I mean, you ain't go in there as taking people booty and all that shit, then you're a homosexual. Get the fuck out of here. That's gay shit. Anyway, people, leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boys, your boy, Mr. Obia. Peace and love to the world, people. I'll be back in a few minutes.